and welcome back to my podcast. And today is going to be a short episode because I'm recording in the morning and I do have to get to work. And I just figured I'd just do a quick little episode here to catch you guys up on some stuff that I've been working on before I completely finish. And then you come back to the next episode and I didn't even share the work in progress. And I just have all these finished objects. So with that being said, I hope you've been enjoying the cold weather, if you have cold weather where you live. And it's been really nice here. We got some snow and it stayed for a little bit. It's starting to melt away, but it was a lot of fun, and I enjoy this time of the year. So it's been really fun for me and my husband. Anyway, I'm just drinking some coffee to go in case I don't finish it. It's just cold coffee we stick in a mason jar and then just put some creamer in the morning. And nothing crazy or anything like that, just regular coffee. The first thing is finished objects. And I do have one, but it's a little snowman that I finished, and I've given it to my husband to stick on his desk because that's what I intended it to be. So I don't currently have it with me because I was supposed to record yesterday over the weekend when he brought it home so I could record, and I just completely forgot. But I'll insert a little picture, and I'll probably insert some video that I got of it. I'll just take it home because that's what my new job is now. I get to work at the same company as my husband, and I'm super, super excited about it. But it'll be a lot of fun. We used to work together every day, and the last 4 months I got a different job, and he did too, and we weren't able to work together, and it just wasn't the same. I genuinely love my spouse, and I love being able to spend every second of the day with him if I could. And even though we won't be spending and working together a ton, we'll still be in the same place, and drives and lunch and all those great times I'll get to spend with him. So I'm excited about that. The next thing is, I think, whips, because I only finished the one, which was the snowman. And that one was the Christmas Snowman by Rebecca Danger. And it was a fun pattern once you get through it. Starting was kind of difficult, but I started on DPNs instead of magic loops. That's probably my own fault. And the pattern calls for magic loop, which I think is a lot easier than using DPNs like I did. But I got through it, and the snowman turned out really cute. And I used a larger gauge, so it was a thicker snowman. Like, this was probably his body, and he's probably like this tall. But he's cute, and I knit him a little hat and scarf and his little carrot nose, and he just looks adorable. I embroidered some eyes on his face, and then I stitched some buttons on his belly, and I think I just was like dying of cuteness. So he loved it. My husband was so excited about the hat because I stuck the little pom-pom on it too, and it was adorable. And I used scrap yarn, so it helped get some stash busting out of the way. I think that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, the increases are used with, like, what was it, KFB? So knit one front, knit one back. And those were an interesting type of increase I haven't done before, but I got the hang of it pretty quickly. It's not too complicated, so I think anybody could really do this pattern if they want. I definitely recommend using the magic loop because I think the starting of it is so much easier than on DPNs. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'll probably knit a second one, or maybe I'll explore some other patterns, but I do want a snowman for my desk. So then I think the next whip I have are the Craggy Shore Socks, and these have kind of just been on the back burner in a sense. I haven't really been working on them too heavily because I just haven't. I do love the pattern. So these are knit with, like, I think it's knit 4, purl 2, repeat, and then you switch them so that way it'll be a knit 1, purl 2, knit 4, knit 3, but it switches. So it's a 6-stitch repeat, and then it creates this like wave, and it low key like looks sort of like the basket, like a different type of basket weave on the inside, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, I just like did one round of like the heel turn, so it's kind of been on pause to say the least. But that's okay. Like we've all got projects going on. My goal for these is to finish this stock. I gotta give myself a realistic goal. I'm gonna say finish this stock by next weekend, because I really do want to get my other socks on the needles, because I thought I'd just be able to fly them out, but Christmas is like 3 weeks away now or something, which I'm running out of time. So I want to just get this one off the needles, and then I'm going to start my other pair of it's just going to be a straight vanilla sock. But I do want to get those started so that way I can gift them if I want. Otherwise, I'll just have to go to buying some socks for Christmas, which is fine. I genuinely like making handmade gifts, so, and I think that fits my personality. Like, I've always done handmade gifts, so I'd like to get them done if I could. If I can't, oh well. And this is just made with Hobby's wool sock yarn, rainbow wool, I think, and it's 100% wool. It's not like the super softest thing, but it's relatively soft. Like these I think will keep me fairly warm, and I like the color. It's a cream color. I don't remember what the actual color was, but it's like a sandy cream. It kind of looks white on camera, but it's a sandy cream. Yeah, so that's this work in progress. Hopefully I can finish it this week. I think this is a fun little thing. Some of you might recognize it, but this is my Ingrid sweater, and I was so nervous when I was starting because of the German short rows, and I haven't done any sort of shaping at all, but I didn't do anything, I didn't mess up on any, and I was able to get through the whole pattern, like the top shaping part, the back yoke shaping. And I think it turns out nicely. Like, I like it. I think it looks very neat and clean. And I love the mock cables. Like, why can't all the cables be like that? I will say, and oh my gosh, this was so annoying. I finished the ribbing, like, all the way, and the eyelet here. There's little eyelets that separate for the next section. I finished that. And then I did a stitch to count. Realized I was short. And I was like, how on earth did I miss this? And so I had to go back, read my knitting in a sense, and figure out where I went wrong, because I was like, if I messed up on the German short rows, I'm literally gonna die. And I didn't. What I did though was on the last crosses here, instead of knitting one in the back, like knitting the second stitch first and then knitting the one stitch, how the mock cables work, I accidentally knit them together. So I decreased 4 stitches, which made the eyelets and the ribbing like the right stitch, count for the pattern, because it was a 4 stitch. It was off by 4 stitches. So I didn't see it until the end when I counted the stitches, and I was so nervous that I was like gonna have to go all the way back, but the cross pattern turned out fine, so I was like, it can't have been by the short rows. So I had to go and frog all of this, which wasn't the funnest thing, because 2 strands, it wasn't the funnest thing. But I made it, and I managed, and my husband was looking over at me, and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I messed up, and I need to fix it. And he was like, you don't have to fix it, like it'll be fine, nobody would notice. And I was like, but I'll notice, and I'll know that the stitch counts off, and I really want all of my heart and soul poured into this. So I love the color. I do think it's really pretty. So hopefully I can make a little bit of progress on this, but I'm not too worried because I've got other stuff going on. and it was fun to start, and I do want to get it going again, but I was working on that pretty heftily, and that is just with the Easy Care Classic Merino. This is Easy Care Classic. Yeah, Easy Care Classic Merino, and then the Diablo by Hobby, which has been fine for my first project working with mohair, and it's super affordable, so it's not like it's bad or anything. I can see one of the things with this is it can start to feel sort of squeaky and like sharp in a sense, like the plastic can kind of tear into your skin, which I have felt at times, but it hasn't like hindered or made my experience any less enjoyable. So it's really not that bad. And these, like, I don't like the smell of them, but I think that's just like either because I've left them in the shipping bag or like just factory kind of smell. It's just not the best. But that'll obviously go away once you wash it. So yeah, this is the 40% polyamide. No, 40% acrylic, 30% mohair, 50% polyamide. And then this is just 100% merino. And I think I'm for sure gonna run out of these. This I think I bought plenty of, but I'm getting nervous because I ordered these from Hobby, so I'd have to order again. And like, what if the colors are different? I'm nervous. But we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll just be a cropped sweater, you know? I think that's all that I have for that whip. This is what I was really excited to show y'all because I'm like cranking this out. I was not expecting to finish it so quickly. So this is the Rhombus hat, and this is a gift for my mother-in-law. We were talking about like gift ideas because she's like my husband in the fact that if there's something she needs or wants, she'll just get it. And so you kind of don't know what to gift her because she has all the things that she needs or wants, and you're just like, well, I don't want to just give you something that isn't of use to you. So we were talking about it, and she's like, oh, well, I could use a Wild hat, or she was on the look for a Wild hat, a Minnesota Wild. They're big hockey fans. And I was like, I can knit a hat. I can do that. So I went and found a pattern, and I asked her, I was like, do you like this pattern? And she was like, oh yeah, that's really cute. So this is how it's going. And these are just purling in the back, and then you're doing slip stitches for the cabling, and then you just continue repeating. And then I think I have like 8 more rounds before I start decreasing on the crown. But it's a really pretty pattern. I'll insert a picture of what it'll turn out in the end. And then I think I'm just gonna buy like the Wild logo, like a stitch, embroidered stitch, that I can just sew on here with my sewing machine or something. And then it'll be the most unique, cool Wild hat, and nobody will ever be able to replicate. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously somebody can knit it if they really want, but it'll be 100% hers for the time being. Unless I find out that somebody's already done this. Then I'm not that special. But I'm gonna get her one of those really cute fluffy pom-poms on the top. Like the fake, like the one that looks like animal fur. Just because I think that'd be cute. And yeah, this has been really easy to knit. I literally started this yesterday, guys. I started this, okay, not yesterday, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. I finished all of the ribbing pretty much, and then I finished the cabling part yesterday. It felt like 2 days because I started it, or it felt like a day because I started it at like noon. Not even, I probably started at like one of the days. And then we went and celebrated my brother-in-law's small wedding ceremony sort of thing. And I got to meet my sister-in-law, and she's really sweet. And that was just a fun time. So I was sitting there knitting at the table. just because why not? And yeah, it was a fun weekend for me. So this I wanted to show y'all before I finish because it looks like I'm going to finish it very quickly. And this is just made with Barocco Vintage in the chunky weight. Because the pattern originally called for an Aran weight, and the store that I was at, the little local yarn store that they have at the city where my mother-in-law lives, didn't really have much for Aran weight. I also wanted something that would be warm, soft, and easy to care because I know for her personally, if she can just throw it in the wash, that's going to be the best, easiest thing. Their time is very valuable, and I don't blame her. A lot of people that don't make handmade don't really care to hand wash things. So that's why I was thinking a little bit outside the box. And this is, I don't know where the label went. This is 52% acrylic, 40% wool, 8% nylon. And it's machine wash, inside out in cold water, gentle cycle, and then lay flat to dry. So, not bad. And I actually really like the color. I think it's really cute. And the hat's turning out really nicely. And the ladies at the store were so sweet. They right away were like, oh, can we help you with something, find something? And I was like, well, I kind of need something like this. And then we went around the whole store just looking at different options and then figuring out different ways. And then she went and asked another person there, like, what if we held something double to make an Aran way? And they were all just really, really sweet. And then they caked them up for me because I don't have a Swift or a ball winder, and I wasn't expecting them to cake it up, but they're like, oh, do you want us to cake it up for you? And I was like, yes. So I started it right away, and it's been a fun knit. I'm genuinely enjoying it, and I think I'll have to make myself one because look how cute this pattern is. My goodness. And yeah, it's gonna be an adorable hat. I think it's gonna be gorgeous. So it's funny because they were all looking at it while I was making it, and they're like, are you sure that's the right size? And I was like, don't worry, you have to block it and it'll stretch out and all will be good. Like, it will be perfectly fine. Like, look how cute that is. Okay, I'm obsessed. I have to make myself one. But I think I'll make it in a different color. And I do like this yarn, so maybe I'll use the same type of yarn. That's exciting, and that'll probably be done by the end of the week for sure. That's all I have for whips, I think. If there's something else on the needles somewhere, I don't know where it is right now. The next thing I wanted to share is, well, I guess that technically counted as an acquisition because it's new yarn I bought. But some gift knits that I'm planning on doing. I think I'm going to use this thrifted yarn that I got to make a headband for my sister-in-law. I think that would be really cute. I also want to make a headband for me because I was looking at pictures and I kind of got obsessed and I was like, I need to do that. So I think I'm going to use this one, and this is Cascade Yarns Ultra Prima. So it's a cotton. I think it's cotton, 100% cotton. What is it? Yeah, Prima cotton. And I'll have to just wind it myself with one of those thingies, like a rolling pin or paper towel or something. I do want to get a Swift for Christmas as well as a ball winder. I think that would be a very useful gift. So, and if anything, I'll just buy it myself. But I like this color, and it was, again, thrifted yarn, so really good price. And I think this would make a really cute headband. I wonder how much yarn I'll get, because I have 4 of these, so I can make a few. I also want to use this scrap yarn to make one that's a little bit warmer. So she's from Singapore, and she's exploring this cold weather here in the Midwest, and she's enjoying it, but it's also cold, and I don't blame her. Like, it takes a bit to get used to. So I think maybe making her something a little bit warm. She went and bought herself a Minnesota Wild hat, so she has stuff to keep her warm here as it is, but I don't know. I think it'd be fun. And this was made with, what's it called? Oh, spice, I think is what it was. I made this to make my first cardigan, and I have 2 skeins left over, like this and then another one. And there's supposed to be like a faux mohair. It's 100% acrylic, but it's got such a thick halo, and it was a pain to work with for the first time knitting something. It is really soft though. So I think it'd be a cute headband, and I need to use it up. Those are all my plans I have right now. I was gonna do the gingerbread house, and I still might, but I'm just not feeling it as much right now. I think it's because I'm rushing to get all these gift knits in, and I don't wanna stress myself out. I think that's really all I have planned. If I do some, it'll be smaller ornaments. I do want to just throw some in there for like quick little gifts and that sort of like kind of thing, because those are pretty easy to crank out. I was not expecting to finish my snowman, but I did, so that was cool. So I know I can just knit away and crank stuff out, but we'll have to see what happens. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Again, this is just sort of a short and sweet little podcast. I'm getting close to time here, so I'm gonna have to head out. I really hope you enjoyed the video and all of my future knits and what I've got going on. I also hope that you can stick around and watch some of my other podcasts, because there's a lot of stuff. There's a small community thing I kind of want to do where you can just throw like some colors that I would hand dye yarn for and just get some ideas that way. I think somebody said like an interpretation of like wildflowers, which I think would be really fun. But I'd love to get some other feedback too. So if you want, check out that video. It was, I think, episode 3. So leave a comment, watch it, enjoy it, and I hope you have a great rest of your holiday season, or cold weather season, or warm weather season, whatever it is that you're enjoying right now. I just hope that it's a great time for you, and happy knitting. Bye.